Are Reddit traders at it again? On social media, they're calling it the hashtag silver squeeze. The price of the precious metal suddenly surging to 8-year highs today. This coming on the heels of last week's skyrocketing price jumps in stocks, including video game retailer GameStop and movie theater chain AMC. Ray Wang of Constellation Research joins us now with his take on what's going on. So, Ray, what is going on here? Who's behind it and why silver?
So we've moved from GameStop and AMC and BlackBerry to silver. And one of the reasons they're going into silver is because it's been undervalued. They're looking at it from a whole bunch of different reasons, from its electronics, it's being used in solar. And so those are the excuses that are being put out there. But the reality is people are looking at silver as a place to park the gains and also looking at silver as a way to actually squeeze any kind of additional banks and other shareholders in the space. So it's something that's going on with ETFs and the bank side, and you can see it in the Reddit columns, and of course it was trending on Twitter as well as silver squeeze.
Right. So at first people celebrated the little guy sort of kicking Wall Street in the teeth. Do you have any concerns about any of this?
Well, part of it is these are free markets, right? And you have to believe in the free markets. And as you saw with GameStop, where it went from 350 or down to almost 2 something, they adjust and you can't possibly regulate these things. These are speculative markets. In some cases, people have to know that. They have to take the risks. And this is what was happening on the short sell side with the hedge funds. And so what we've had is retail investors basically shafting the short selling, hedge funds. And now this is like another form of, it's populism in one way, it's mob rule on the other way, but on the other hand, it's how markets work. And so if you look at it that way, if one side was winning before and the hedge funds, and they could get away with those rules, the short sellers, were getting, the same kind of treatment now from the retail investors. And I think it's the targeting that's really interesting to watch, especially on Reddit.
So a two-part question here. Do you think anything changes as a result? And for people who are wondering if they don't own GameStop or any of these stocks in question, does any of this impact them?
I think in general, it doesn't impact them. I'd stay out of it if you don't understand how the short selling market works. On the silver side, it's a little bit different. Silver does have a lot more value. This is 50 times bigger than the GameStop market. And there's really pretty hard to actually corner this market. The Hunt brothers tried to do this. It was not very easy. But at some point, it's a commodities exchange. There's real silver on the other end of it. And if you think about it, it trends where gold is, right? For every ounce of gold, there's about 8 ounces of silver gets pulled out. So
it's been, almost a week or so now since this all sort of hit the headlines, and people who don't even typically follow the stock market are all following it now. A week later, is it any easier to read the scorecard here, Ray, as far as who are the good guys and the bad guys?
It's hard to say. I think what's been going on is we've got a lot of easy access to capital. It's free to trade on Robinhood, and people are just placing their bets. They're bored. They're sitting at home, and they're trying to figure out how do they play in this market. They're also watching. On the other hand, the government's printing a ton of money, and that means that if you keep your money in the bank, you're losing out. And so everybody's trying to get onto the momentum trade, and other folks are doing it because they're just angry, and then other folks just see, here's an opportunity for arbitrage. So I think everyone's jumping in at the same time, and that's partly why this happens. But that happened with GameStop. It's not going to happen as much with silver. And I think the next thing they're going to go after are stocks that have high beta that they want to go after, that might be on short selling list, or of course, corporations that are going after certain markets that are trying to squeeze them, they're going to counter back. I mean, this has really started basically when people started short selling Tesla and everybody wanted to support Elon Musk and get back. And so I think there's a lot of this going on, which is really a little bit of populism to support companies or brands that they love from bankers that might be going after them.
Do you think this was truly an effort to thumb people's noses at Wall Street? Or, as I've read, there are some who think GameStop may actually have a future in esports and in online sales. Does this sort of get back to the way the market should work?
We're going to see that. I think we're going to get out of the hype in a couple of weeks. You're completely right. GameStop does have a plan. They did come back with $1 billion. They do think that they can get into the esports game. We all know retail, the way we know it, is dead. It's going to have to be reinvented. It's going to be digital. It's going to be put into digital channels. And so esports is a place to play. Also, online marketplaces are going to be another place. Whether they'll be successful or not, they now have a shot, right? They didn't have it before when the short sellers were coming after them. This happened to Best Buy. This also happened to Tesla.
Ray, just 30 seconds left. Where do you think this leaves Robinhood, the app that a lot of traders use and have used in this frenzied buying, and that ultimately cut customers off from trades? What do you think? How does this impact them in the long run?
There's a serious trust issue right now on the street with Robinhood. I spent time listening to Vlad and Elon Musk last night on Clubhouse. I don't know if that explanation still makes sense to me. When we talk to folks at Citadel and other places in Citron, I think there's a different answer, and I hope it comes out. But there was a capital call, and they did get squeezed. But I think trust is going to be the issue before their IPO in May.
All right, Ray, great to talk with you tonight. Thank you for your time and your insight.
Hey, thanks a lot.